to another episode of Stuck in Middle Podcast. I am your host. This is a platform for entrepreneurs, innovators, creators of African descent, where you hear stories, ideas, experiences of how we can break barriers, how we can break the mold. Appreciate y'all checking us out on a weekly basis, man. If you're watching on YouTube, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get updates every time I drop something new. Leave a comment, man. Listen, everybody who's been engaging so far, we appreciate y'all. Let us know y'all out there, y'all engaged with the content, y'all enjoying it. So we got a special one, got special guests in the building. Entire team is in the building. Well, not the entire team. AK is in the building. Just going to give a shout out to AK. Tutu's in the building. She got something coming up later. But like I said, we got special guests in the building. They are a group of women, selfless women with a passion to empower women through education and improve the quality of life for self or for less privileged people. We got Emmy and Laura from Caring Sisters Association in the building. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Y'all both from Cameroon.
Yes.
Born in Cameroon.
Yes.
When did you, Laura, when did you migrate to the United States?
In 2007. So it's been almost 16
16,
years.
yeah. When was the last time you back home?
2015.
Dang, all right. Yeah, it's been a minute. You were
It's
born in
been a
Cameroon.
long
You were born in
time,
Cameroon as
yes.
well.
Yeah.
So I wanna like go all the way back. How was life like for you? Let me start with you, Emmy. How was life like for you growing up in Cameroon?
Growing up in Cameroon has been very hard. I would tell you that part of the reason why I'm here in the US is not because I really wanted to be in the US, but because Cameroon never gave me the opportunity to be the woman that I wanted to be. So I faced a lot of challenges as a young girl, and coming from a home where you always have to think of what is going to be the next meal, and coming from a home where you don't even know if you're going to get a gift or a dress for Christmas. You just have to appreciate what your dad or your mom provides, and all you have is love. I think it led me to when I got here in the US, I kind of compared the two sides, and I realized that sharing my story out there and how I grew up might encourage other young girls like me who might still be going through the same situation, because Cameroon hasn't changed. So they might still be going through the same situation. And trying to, the only way we can do this is to put this out in the public, like through the media, so that people can learn and people can pick up some things to better off their own lives. I know I can't always do it by myself. That's why I have sisters
The Caring
like Laura and
Sisters.
Caring
Was your experience the same, Laura?
It was a little bit different. I would say I was blessed, but my parents grew up in a very humble home. There were 10 children, and they all lived in a one-room house, basically a
Big
studio.
family.
And it's that situation where the oldest takes care of the next and the next and the next. And so with that, my dad had made that decision to make sure that his kids, his family is taken care of. So he was very hardworking. And my mom handled everything else at home as a housewife.
Was that the inspiration behind Caring Sisters Association? Stories like yourself.
Yes. So it was personal experiences, and I'll take you back to 2008, where it all started. Miss Clotilda Nyongo, she was born and raised in Cameroon, in Bamenda, in the Northwest region.
Shout out.
And yeah, big man con. And so she looked around, and she noticed a lot of her friends, her age mates, young women, were at home. They have some kind of education, or they were not blessed to be able to afford an education through their parents, or society, as it was in those days, didn't consider education of a girl child a priority. And she wanted to make a difference. She wanted to have that social impact. So she brought together her friends and her sisters in the house. She's like, you all come together, let's do something. We need to change the status quo. And that's how it started. So they got together and they did little things in the community, clean up campaigns, go help a widow clean her house, go serve in the church, go visit the poor, go to prisons, go to hospitals, just spend some time with the needy and make a difference that way. So that's where it started from until where we are today.
How crazy is that it's 2021 and education is still not as attainable for everybody.
Yes,
Exactly.
It's a sad situation, but things are changing. Things are changing, and through platforms like yours and that open communication and discussion is opening people's minds.
So in a nutshell, how would you describe or define Caring Sisters Association?
You wanna?
Yeah, actually, in a nutshell, Caring Sister Association was created to help the girl child and the less privileged, and also to bring knowledge and wisdom to those who are really in the remote areas. We don't just help just the girl child and the less privileged. We do go to orphanages to help. So Caring Sisters is out here to be a backbone to those families that feel like they have gotten to the age of the war where there is no other means. So we come in through the help of other good people in the society. So we can help that. So that's what Caring Sisters is all about. Being a sister's keeper is our motto. And we are not just our sister's keeper, we are also keepers of other sisters and other little children who are orphans.
Yo, that's it. It takes a village to raise a child. And
Exactly.
I find that to be very true, especially from where we come from, Africa, Cameroon, East Africa, West Africa. You mentioned Caring Sisters was initiated in 2008.
Yes.
How has it morphed? How has it grown, over the years? We're 2021, entering 2022 right now.
So after she started it back in Bamenda, they grew, and some of them moved over here to the US. And there was that little gap of, okay, so we're limited financially. All we can do is provide our gifts of time and talent, but there's no money to extend it outside our local
A
community.
lot of people think money just growing trees out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bruh, it's Christmas time. Where my 100K at? You know what I mean? I got a couple trees out in the back, though.
Right.
I got a couple trees out in the back. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So there was that little gap where we're trying to, get settled. And so in 2009, we, 5 of us, including 2 members from Cameroon who moved here, we sat in, it was actually my apartment in Laurel, and it was this fateful Sunday in March, and we're like, let's take Caring Sisters and make it into an organization here. We've seen not-profit organizations. We can make this bigger. We can reach more people by doing that. And so that's where it started. And we just started raising funds. Well, initially, everything came out of our pockets. So we had our yearly and monthly dues. We would contribute a little something and go from there year to year. It took us about 5 years to be able to get a bank account and have at least, like, say, $5,000 in there that can do something. And
That's not small. So you Laura were part of Caring Sisters in Cameroon.
No, I wasn't.
You just
our,
knew
our
of
current president and
what?
the vice president were part of Caring Sisters in Cameroon. So Cecilia and Juliet.
Nyongo.
Cecilia Ashu
Yes.
and Juliet Nyongo.
You can use first names.
I know we need to give credit where it's due.
Where's due?
Right?
Shout out.
Yes.
How did you come to be part of Caring Sisters?
Right. Okay, so when I came here in 2013, having the experience I had growing up as a child, that drifted me. I met the current president now. So we became friends. I didn't know anything about Caring Sisters, but she always tells me I'm going to a meeting. So we've been friends for a year now, and then I asked her, what is this meeting all about? And she told me everything about it, and immediately struck me.
A meeting that's non-janky.
It's not janky, yes, it's not janky, but it's out there. When she told me everything they did and they are planning to do, I'm like, I know you don't need to be a millionaire to help, but I like this group and I want to belong. And that's how I became a part of Caring Sisters. And the surprising thing is, when I became a part of Caring Sisters, they immediately put me as secretary. And
They knew you could handle the books.
I I tell you, if any gossip is passing through that meeting, I have to record it. I'm like a tape recorder. So I had to be there to watch everybody speak their minds, everybody argue, everybody tell me how they feel, and then I go back in the back and try to put these things in writing.
order.
It gave me more inspiration and a feeling of I really want to belong. I want to make an impact, and I don't think I ever regret belonging to Caring Sisters. Rather, the future I envisage for Caring Sisters, it's too bright for me to let it go right now. So I'm gonna be stuck.
In the
the
how
middle of
okay, so what kind of projects, I did a lot of reading and research as we preparing for this podcast. What kind of projects, you mentioned a little bit, but what projects does Caring Sisters tackle?
So we have three main categories of projects. The first is the community outreach, where we go to those poor and underserved, particularly orphanages. So right now we support 4 orphanages in the Northwest region in Bamenda. We have these quarterly food and clothing drives that we do to be able to support them in that way. The second project is women empowerment. So anything that we can do to support young girls in professional education, like so far we sponsor 12 young ladies through a 6-month program in cosmetology, hair and makeup, and other little projects around entrepreneurs. We've had, single mothers, young women who want to make a difference in their lives. They're doing something, and we step in to support them, to push them forward, to get to the next level. So, and I would say in December we started including those young mothers, single mothers, or women who are in families that are not well-to-do, and we visit them in the maternity ward at the regional hospital in Bamenda. We provide those baby care kits, napkins, formula for a year's supply, so they don't have to worry about that. Formula is very expensive. We're mothers, so we understand. And then the third category now is the scholarship, where we go way down to the youngest of them in primary school, because everything you need to start at a young age to make those changes and the impact that you need to have. So we sponsor kids from primary school level all the way up to university, in any region that we can reach. We start in those remote areas. We have about 12 kids that we sponsor in Womb. We started sponsoring 42 in Bamesing in Dop. We have 3 in Bafusam, and we have 2 in Limbe.
Exactly.
So we're gradually expanding.
People don't realize how easy it is to sponsor one kid in Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, whatever. That's like if you save Chipotle for a week, you can probably sponsor a kid. It's Chipotle lunch for a week.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because I just raised money for a Christmas thing for a choir. I was like, dang, it's $200, and they bought all the equipment. I was gonna save the fundraiser for last, but let's get it out of the way right now.
Okay.
Let's talk about this fundraiser, because you mentioned all these things: 43 kids here, 3 kids there, 2 kids there, and the money has been coming from your pockets so far.
So initially it was, but then we've had 2 fundraisers so far, and we've had our families and friends donate when we had those food and clothing drives or back to school drives that they've supported. I would say probably 70% is from our pockets, and then the remaining 30 is from those outside donations.
Well, let's change it, man. Let's make 30, 70, 30 from your pockets, only because y'all the brains behind this. Talk about this fundraiser. When is it? What is, talk about the fundraiser.
Yes, the fundraiser, we're going to have our big fundraiser coming up. That is our 10th anniversary next year, 2022. We are so excited. You can only say we started this year, but you don't know how this baby has been growing, and we've gone through all these challenges, and we are ready to come out to tell the public what we are all about on this our 10th anniversary. As much as it is a fundraiser, but we are going to prove to the public that we are not just like any other NGO that just goes and collects money and they don't do what they are going to do. We are going to set out videos. We have put out so many things that we are going to show the public, so they know we are genuine. And then through the fundraiser also, we are hoping to get assistance from bigger authorities, to create relationships with people of essence that can really help us with, that one touch feeling that makes a difference. That's what we are hoping, the jackpot we are hoping to hit on this our 10th anniversary.
Where is it going to be at?
It's going to be in Maryland.
And this is going to be a hall. You're inviting everybody.
Yes.
We're inviting everybody. Is going to be in a hall, and we're inviting even people out of state, because we do have sisters out of state. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And even where they are, they try to do what is supposed to be done as caring sisters to make sure that we are being heard. The word is sent out at every domain. So caring sisters, wherever they are, they're doing their job, and we're going to come together on that 10th anniversary to prove it.
What is the date again?
So it's September. We haven't
September 2022.
Yeah, September
Listen,
2022.
We've had a lot of millionaires come and sit on this desk. I'm calling them out now. Stan Lyon, Chico, AK, give me names, bro. What's the Spectrum Lounge? Valerie Holmes, Joka,
Yes.
1,000 years. You know, the hundreds of the 60. Y'all gotta be. We're gonna talk more about this fundraiser, but how does one come to be a member of Caring Sisters?
So anyone can be a member, well, preferably a woman, because we're all about women empowerment and also supporting the less underprivileged.
Cameroonian or
No, it can be anyone of any race, ethnic origin, nationality. You can be a caring sister. We set the age limit for entry at 18, just because we know
gotta have a
it's
job. You know what I'm saying?
yes. So you have. I mean, we feel like that is a good, age to be able to
an
understand
adult,
what
yeah.
a commitment is, because being a caring sister is a huge commitment. We don't joke.
Shoot, I'm an adult. I've been missing my monthly, yearly dues at little village meetings.
No, we
Them joints is due.
Yes, because it's very involved. We meet monthly, every second Saturday of the month.
Okay.
And we discuss all of these projects, and everybody has a task. And so you're committed. We have a WhatsApp forum. We discuss things on a regular basis. And we go out to do these activities, this outreach in person right now, because there's just 10 of us. We're doing all this, and it's just the 10 of us.
Dang.
So we're not a big organization with a huge volunteer base that can do these things. So being a member right now, you have to have that time and energy to commit.
Yes.
And their website is gonna be on the screen and pictures and everything like that. Incredible. I like how open and transparent you are. What is the partnership? You mentioned a little bit earlier. What is the partnership like with Cameroon? Because you can't do this. You gotta have foot on the ground.
Exactly. Our sisters in Cameroon, they are just like our foundation. Of course, they are our foundation. They are the ones that execute most of the task that we carry here. So we carry most of the financial burden. Everybody knows what is going on in Cameroon now. We don't expect too much of them. So we expect them just to be able to deliver, to be there, to do the projects as they want, as we want, as it's supposed to be done, and then they bring back the videos, because that is the only proof we have. They do have challenges sometimes to go out and do these things and to bring us success, but we try to put out these projects way ahead of time, so that we can also let them plan and execute accordingly. But our sisters back at home, in their own little way, they have been doing a whole lot. They have also organized conferences with young girls, and there have been situations where they teach them how to, being a woman, how to control yourself as a woman, and how to deal with the society. People always think that the man is always supposed to be the one to do the things, and want to encourage these young girls, because we have come to this part of the world where everything we are open to know all these things. So we have to tell them, they have to encourage all these young girls to understand that a woman can be a president, a woman can be a governor. It must not be a man. They should hope, even in the midst of desperation, they should know that they can achieve everything they want in life. So our sisters there, they're doing a lot. They go and execute these projects. They get a team out there to do all these projects for us, and then they bring us the videos. And all we can say is thank you, because when we send them out there, people really appreciate. I mean, when you look at Caring Sisters' picture, when they put it out there, you think there are a lot of them, but it's just like 10. But we are acting, and these women, we have presently about 15 members. 15 members, committed members back at home that actually do the job. So everybody, like my sister here said, everybody has a task. You need to bring something to the table. Not money. Bring ideas that are fruitful, that will push us forward. And we have built ourselves in such a way that you can know that if I need this done, I have to call this person, and it is done. Yeah.
Dig it. Listen, when we come back, we're going to hear from Caring Sisters more about them and their struggles, how they overcome it, and how you can be a part of that fundraiser and much, much more. But before that, I want to encourage y'all to check out our website, man. Listen, SitMPodcast.com/store, shop Stuck Middle Podcast merch. Listen, 2022, we are going bigger and better. Incredible merch. That's how we drive this machine. Shout out to everybody who's rocking the merch. SitMPodcast.com/store, shop the thing. You heard? And we on Patreon as well. $3, $7, $9, you be a Patreon. Pick a tier. You can get, exclusive. You come through, you can see Tutu, you can see Charles, see how the show is being made. Take behind the scenes pictures. You get early access to VIP stuff when we do live shows. You've got the stuff coming up next year, the 5th anniversary. So check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/SitM Podcast. We appreciate it. Let's get back to the show, y'all. Let's get back to the show. I know y'all was gonna go hit the rest one, but we ain't stopping. Talk about the struggles. Like, what kind of struggles do y'all encounter? You've mentioned a little bit of it. What kind of struggles do y'all encounter? How do you overcome them?
So I think we have two phases of struggles. We have our personal struggles. There's no female group that doesn't deal with hormones. So when those those situations kick in, we have to kind of find a way to resolve all the conflicts. And I think that is one thing that actually makes us very strong, because we're able to work through those conflicts. We have personal struggles in our lives. We're mothers, we're wives, so, and especially during this COVID season, it's been very challenging keeping up with everything and keeping Caring Sisters alive. And we're glad that we're strong enough that we can keep that. On the organizational side of it, I think our biggest challenge is the financing. We have big dreams, but we need more financing to achieve it. Like you said, it takes a village. So that's where we're trying to work now, to get more partnerships, more sponsorships, more. We're doing fundraisers now to get the word out. We want to do more things and support more people.
How do you pick what? Sorry, you want to ask something to that?
That's all right.
How do you pick what schools or what students get the aid?
Well, it's a lot of characteristics we put forward to be able to, because we rely on our sisters and on the public to give us our potential candidates for help. So we don't just, because you bring us a case and we just go ahead and help. No, we try to get more information to make sure the case is genuine. It must be a case where somebody is desperately, dearly in need of that help. We don't want to just throw our resources that we don't even have to people who don't deserve it. So with the way things are right now, technology has made everything really out and clear. There is no way you can lie for too long.
Right, yeah.
If you bring us a situation, by the time we finish our investigation, asking those questions, these people, do you know this person? Are they going through this situation? Do you think they really need help? If we put this money in their account, do you think they're going to do what they're supposed to do with it? Let me say that process sometimes takes around 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or a month. If you were lying, you can keep up with that. So that is where we're going to catch you. And when we actually get the candidates that deserve the help, we try to make sure that we sign papers to make sure that as you're accepting it. You're not going to be looking forward to accept other help. I mean, if we can handle the situation, yes, we will take charge of it fully. But if it's a situation where we need other person to partner with us, yes, we have documents like that you can sign. You can accept partnership from 2 other people, is fine. But we don't want We don't want it. We don't want that moment where you come to us. We're giving you what you're supposed to. You need, and then you go ahead and reap from another society where they can also be helping some other person. You're not the only person. So, I'm happy it was a difficult task bringing out those characteristics to guide us, but after long discussions and private meetings and experiences that we had in our jobs and in our own lives, we actually came out with a form that we have you, we'll ask you questions, have you fill out and sign for you to be able to do these things, because everything has to be documented.
Right,
Yeah, as much as we're an NGO, we need to document everything for the purpose of the society.
Yeah, and I love the transparency as well. Like, you can see that it's not, no shakara, no fraud. As you're speaking there, like in the diaspora and back in the continent, back in Cameroon, wherever. Listen, I need lawyers, therapists to join Caring Sisters Association. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I'm that. I know accepting men, but this is my challenge. Like, if you're a lawyer, because this paper has got to be vetted and stuff like that, and it'll make it easier to draft. If you're a therapist, you don't have to come put money. You can just come and virtually advise a young lady back home, or if you're back home, like, and you're listening, therapists are needed, lawyers,
grant writers.
Yes. And I want to tell you, I want to add something to it. Our success also goes to our husbands. They have been a very strong driving force. They have been very encouraging, because our first fundraisers, we took care of everything from our pocket, and they could be the only ones to help us with something. So just like he said, men are not needed. We do need men at the background, because behind every strong and successful man, there is a man.
You said it. You said it.
So I give them the credit. I give men the credit. They're always there to push us forward. Yeah.
Why do you think people in the diaspora don't do more of this?
I think the big issue that is coming from our history is accountability. We've had that for years. Even in our families, everybody has that situation where you send money for something and it's 3 times as much as what it's supposed to actually cost. So that is a big hump that we have to jump, I guess, which is the reason why we have all these things set in place for that accountability. So if you donate or you give your money, there it is tracked, and we report back to what your money was used for. And you can actually pick what you want your money to be used for any of our projects.
So far, 2008, we're in 2021, entering 2022, the fundraiser is coming up. What are some, accomplishments that you personally proud of? I'm gonna start with you.
That's the best part. I would answer that question so many times. We have achieved so much. We've achieved, like my Laura rightly said, we've sponsored 42 kids. We've sponsored other young girls who were very talented with cosmetology. We also do our quarterly drive. Those that happens like 3 times a year, and then we do the pad drive where we help the women, and then there are times when we also we helped one orphanage in Cameroon. We dug a well for that orphanage. We put windows in that orphanage, and we provide them food, and we send them clothing and books. We did a book drive. We challenged ourselves through WhatsApp status, through Facebook, and we raised thousands of books where we shipped barrels back at home. And these books were distributed to all of these kids. And then Christmas, I think Christmas 2015 Christmas, we did a drive where we had to provide food and some clothing stuff for the widows and the widowers. Those people, you have to also look out for them. So what else have we achieved? Now we're working towards getting our own piece of land where we're going to have to help all these children that, it's one thing to help them, but we cannot leave them stranded. Our main plan is to get an academy where they can grow their own talent and help others. So all these children, they are working right now. We've been able to help them situate jobs to work, but I know with the help of our future
Sponsors
philanthropists and
and
sponsors
partners.
and partners, we are going to be able to get that academy up and running. It's not a small project. It's going to be a big project, but we have always been achievers, so we're definitely going to achieve that. So I'll tell you that Caring Sisters has done a lot. A lot. It has brought so many change in people's lives, especially in Bamenda. Recently, we started having sisters from other provinces in Cameroon, so that kind of extended us a little bit to Yaoundé, Douala, Bafoussam, Limbe. So we've had cases there where we sponsored a kid. We had a special case of a boy child. We sent to school and he made us very proud. He had 10 papers. Isn't that excellent? So that was a special case, and we do have special cases. So we treat that as special, and if you don't prove to us that you are not worthy of our help, we'll just move it to the next person. Yeah, so those are some of the achievements. Laura, did I miss any?
I'll add the ones we've done here in the US.
Exactly.
So we also have less privilege in our local communities right here.
Our
So
backyard.
of course, charity begins at home, but we want to expand. And here in the US, we've gone to women's shelter, the My Sister's Place in Baltimore. We've partnered with Generosity Global on their Saturday events where we cooked a lot of food to feed over 300 people at the Christmas. That was 4 years ago. And we look to more partnerships like that. We also do those food drives to support local, how do they call them, food banks in our communities. We support each other, we support other groups in their fundraisers. So there's that exchange here as well.
Shout out to was it Distant Relatives, AK? Yeah, Distant. Yeah, shout out to Distant Relatives. Incredible group that were here too. That's an incredible partnership. I was gonna ask, is there anything like this for the men's side, like Fatherly Brothers or something? That
We're yet to hear of that.
Hey man, if you're out there, you know what I'm saying, let this inspire
We'd
you,
like
bro.
to partner. It would be nice.
Yes.
Caring sisters and caring brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Fatherly Brothers.
Fatherly brothers.
But let me tell you, it will be a nice thing. I know men are doing a lot. It will be a nice thing to have a Caring Brothers Association, so we can partner together. And when it is one person is good, when it's two people is great. So having a man and a woman doing something would definitely be great. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll think
Yeah,
maybe
Our
yeah.
husbands can do it.
I can do it.
So back to the fundraiser as we wrap up. September 2020. It's in the
22.
2022.
2020 is traumatic.
We lost it.
Nobody wants to go back
I know,
there.
right? September 2022, the fundraiser is gonna be here in Maryland. Y'all got a website?
Yes. So it's www.caringsisters.org. That's caringsisters.org.
And
We're also on other social media platforms at Caring Sisters for Twitter and Instagram. At Facebook, we're Caring Sisters Association. We also have an email, caringsistersassociation@gmail.com, so you can reach out to us any way, shape, or form. And if you know any of us, you can reach out to us as well. We're just a phone call away.
Anything we in touch on that y'all want to add?
We want to add, I would like to add that concerning this, our fundraiser that is coming up, which is our 10th anniversary, I would encourage everybody to try and look out for pictures, videos of all our achievements. And I encourage the whole public to please come and help Caring Sisters, because without you, there is no us. So we can only make things happen if you guys are there. We already appreciate what they've been doing to us. It's hard when you keep going to the same people all the time for this help. You know, we all know how hard it is here. So if you know someone that knows someone that can help, we will be glad. We are right here. You can get us, some people might know others that can just have your phone number. You can call me, you can call Laura, you can go on the Facebook and send us a message. Our vice president is always there to answer. She's awesome. And the president too, they're always on point with replies like that. So
Listen,
I will
let me make it easy for you. there will be food at this fundraiser.
Yes.
Did I lie? I didn't lie, right?
No, he didn't.
Because my sister is part of Karen's system. When she come
Oh,
back
yeah.
with some of the food, I eat it.
We're good.
These ladies, it's 10 of them. They can cook. You know, pull up to this fundraiser in September 2022. If anything else, to eat the food. We'll charge you if you don't donate. Listen, incredible conversation. I'm inspired. Thank you so much, Emmy, for coming through. Thank you, Laura, for coming through. I'm calling everybody out, man. I can't turn and look at the names, but there's so many. We got to replace the board, but there's so many incredible rich people who've come through here, and people with talents, not only money, talents and ideas, women as well. So definitely link up with Caring Sisters Association. Listen, incredible conversation. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's a
Thank you for having us.
great opportunity.
Thank you. Listen, this is Stuck in Middle Podcast. I'm your host, Reflex. If you enjoy what you heard, what you're listening to, if you're riding around, don't do a screenshot because you're going to crash. But if you're in the crib, pick up your phone, do a screenshot, send it to your WhatsApp, to your ex, let them know what we're doing here is incredible. And we're going all the way up 2022. If you on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get updates every time we drop something new. The entire team is in town except Ines. Pull up. I don't know why you're doing where's she at? ATL? Okay, you can stay in Atlanta. Listen, we thank y'all so much for watching this episode. I am Reflex, and we out.